Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Arnold Gentz and my co-commentator is Chris Conradi. This is School Sports. It's the Inter-High Noordvaal Gold and Silver Athletics Series as brought to you by Ramble, NWU and Twizzler. Good to have you with us. That's the preparations for the 100 meters, which is up next. The girls finals under 19 over 100 meters. And our first race will be the gold standard. So 16 different schools competing in the gold, 8 in gold and 8 in silver. Chris, good morning to you. Nice to have you with us. Give us your impressions of what you've seen so far here at Pilditch.
Goeiemôre Arnold, dis 'n voorreg om hier te wees. Dis opwindende atletiek wat ons so ver gehad het met al die lang hekkies, die 400 hekkies en 300 hekkies wat nou klaar plaasgevind het. En ons sien uit na die 100 meters wat nou gaan begin. Veral die seuns onder 19 wedloop waar Ruben Elsteen Pretoria Malenga gaan van Pilditch College en Affie, so daai gaan 'n ongelooflike wedloop wees met Malenga wat die silwermedalje by die wêreld youth kampioenskappe laas jaar in Kenia gekry het en die 200 meter het hy goud gevat. So hierdie gaan 'n baie interessante wedloop tussen die twee wees.
So that would be our races 2 from now, because we start off with the under 19 girls. That's the gold race and then the silvers, and I think silvers will be lining up first actually. A record there dating from 2017, 11.73 seconds, and it's a sterling lineup this as well at the same time. And just to give you an idea, die laaste 4 of 5 van die 300 meter hekkies wat ons al reeds gesien het is hoogs indrukwekkend. Elkeen van hulle so binne 'n sekonde van die rekords wat bestaan het. Ons het nou nog nie 'n nuwe rekord in die hekkies gesien nie, maar ek dink ons moet maar wag hier vir die 100. So dink jy, Chris?
Yes, nee, die 100 gaan definitief 'n paar verrassings oplewer. Ons kan verwag hier gaan 'n paar groot tye gehardloop word vandag.
Also beautiful weather conditions. It's just about ideal. It's probably going to get a little steamy a little later on because it's already up to 24, 25 degrees outside. But the beauty of it is, of course, that the school kids could care less as long as they're having a good time, and they have packed out the pavilions here. Die Noordvaal College wat pragtig aangetrek is in hulle hoedjies. Hulle lyk regtig mooi. And I think this is one of the highlights for kids every year.
Ek dink is ongelooflike om te hoor. Ek dink mense vergeet is eintlik een van die min sporte waar jy van graad 8 tot matriek, meisies, seuns, die hele skool almal op een plek saam kan deelneem. En so is eintlik inter-hoor is 'n spansport en is eintlik die belangrikste deel. Dis atletiek is individuele sport, maar vandag gaan dit alles oor die span se punte en elke punt tel vir jou skool. So jy moet seker maak jy wen die ou wat voor jou is voor hy oor die lyn gaan.
And of course, we'll update you on those points for the teams as they compile them throughout the whole day. And Affie's, meisies en seuns, Garsfontein, Noordvaal College, Kempton Park, Monument, Prestige College, Waterkloof en Swartkop. That's the lineup in the gold series. I can tell you that it is impressive to say the least. Chris, verduidelik gou vir ons hoe kwalifiseer die skole om in die goue afdeling te hardloop?
Man, hierdie kompetisie het ek dink as ek dit reg het in 1996 daar rond ontstaan en dit is bekend geweest as die PIK-reeks en daar het baie vinnig van 'n A tot 'n D E-bond as ek dit reg het ontstaan en oor die jare het ontwikkel en toe die A en B bond het saamgesmelt en een byeenkoms geword en jy as jy 'n skool daar's elke jaar as jy die onder 8ste eindig dan val jy uit en die wenner van die groep onder jou skuif dan weer op. So jy moet as daar skole wat baie keer al van, ek weet Prestige College in die laaste paar jaar het hulle moes onder begin het as 'n nuwe skool en hulle het nou opgewerk en elke jaar hulle groep gewen en laas jaar het hulle die A-bond gewen. So dit is 'n hulle het groot gespring van die laagste bond af tot in die A-bond. So ons sien uit om te sien wat hulle vandag weer gaan doen.
Of course, you will know that this is our first attempt at streaming this to you live wherever you may be watching us on Facebook. So thank you for joining us. And unfortunately, that means that as we learn as we go along, that we won't be doing any of the field events on this particular Inter-High. But stay right where you are, and I think what I could say, stay tuned, because it will be happening as we get better and better at it, and our technical crew also start learning the ropes. But in the meantime, though, it is the girls under 19 100 meters, and this is silver lining up already. That lineup includes the young ladies from Rustenburg, Transvaal, Nelspruit, Klerksdorp, Dr. E.G. Jansen, Noordvaal, Randburg en Potchefstroom Gymnasium.
Ek moet sê dis ongelooflik. Ek dink Suid-Afrika is sover een van die min lande in die wêreld wat skoolatletiek livestream op die televisie. Ek dink dis omtrent net die Jamaicans wat kan kompeteer met goeie skoolatletiek.
Is fantasties om te hoor en dis presies hoe dit behoort te wees, want dis hoe ons weer atletiek een van die topsporte in Suid-Afrika en Suidelike Afrika gaan maak, is sonder twyfel so, as mens terugdink na die gloriejare van die laat 70s en die vroeë 80s. Here we go then, and they're off, and it's Van Wyk, Ansel van Wyk, it's Nieuwhof, Buitendag, Steenkamp, Van Rensburg, Klaasen, Van Grenen and Wissing, but it looks like it's in lane 4 over here. Lane 4 going exceptionally well. Melissa Steenkamp, Klerksdorp coming through there with a very comfortable win and a time of 12.71 seconds. So it was a comfortable win in the end. She was a good 4-5 lengths ahead there, and very comfortably Steenkamp going away to win that one in 12.71, almost exactly a second slower than the record set up from just last year.
Mense kan kykers kan hierdie dag kyk, die A en B-bond is aparte kompetisies, maar is ook lekker om te kyk, om te vergelyk wie in die B-bond, baie keer van die B-bond atlete harte baie beter is in A-bond tye, so ons so 'n bietjie vergelyk wat is die tye tussen die twee bonde.
So Steenkamp coming home there very comfortably in 12.71 seconds. So your next lineup here now for the gold is Shantai Reineke in lane 1, Rory Sangpadi in lane 2, Toinette Murray in 3, Denise Grung in 4, Segopotso Molloy in 5, Nicola Gibbon in 6, Simone Kellerman in 7, and in lane 8, closest to camera here, just on the right-hand side now, taking her marks in her blocks, it'll be Geraldine Botha from Kempton Park. So the school, Swartkop, Prestige, Garsfontein, Help Mekaar, Monument, Affies, Waterkloof and Kempton Park. Look out for Nicola Gibbon here, right in the middle of your screen, in dark blue. Very, very equally away as they streak away now, and it does look like Gibbon is going nicely, but the lady on her inside, Segopotse Molloy, is right there as well, and then coming through in lane 6, it's a very solid finish from Gibbon as well, I think, and also Simone Kellerman.
Yes, ek dink Simone Kellerman het daar die wen dalk gevat. Kom ons kyk wat is die finale uitslag.
Ja, lane 7 it certainly was in the end. Kellerman coming through. Molloy also had a lovely start and put the pressure on Nicola Gibbon, and Gibbon was fighting to come back in the colours from Affies Macy's. The time there, 12.26 seconds.
Simone Kellerman word ook dan deur Henny Kriel afgerig by Universiteit van Pretoria, waar 'n klomp van ons goeie nalopers op die stadium oefen met Clarence Mounier wat die wêreld junior rekord laas jaar in die 300 meter gebreek het, en dan ook Gift Leoletella wat die Afrikaanse junior rekord van 10.12 in die 100 meter gebreek het. So dit is ongelooflike atletiek wat daar by tikkies ook aan die gang is, veral met die nalopers.
So then it's the one that you were looking forward to, of course. Well, the two races. First the silver race, and following that it will be the gold race. And in this lineup it's Gerry O'Callaghan, Peter Storm, Tion Cordier is in 3, Jason Short in 4. Short, of course, is a name that you know around these parts of the world. John Short, one of the legends, Niels Kamele, Ben Strydom, Donovan de Tooy, and Dylan Schwartz, closest to camera here in lane 8 in the red and black. Again, very equally away. Look for the man in lane 7. It was a solid start by Donovan de Tooy, and on his inside from Nelspruit, Ben Strydom. And it's a big race between these two, but it's the long, tall, lanky blonde who streaks away. Donovan de Tooy had a great start and just kept it going.
As hy baie geluk daar vir Donovan. Sy coach Werner van Potchefstroom Gymnasium so baie trots is op hom. Die mannetjie is ook heel blitsig. 10.93 is glad nie sleg vir 'n skoolseun.
So 10.93 seconds, the record there, also from 2017, 10.49, and in the end a comfortable win it was for Donovan de Tooy in the colours of Potch Gymnasium. So the bar has been set for the lads in the gold race, and in this lineup, Van der Walt from Help Mekaar, Richter Garsfontein, Els Affiesens Kuman from Kempton Park, Glodlo from Monument van Rooyen in the colours of Swartkop, Julian Bogner from Waterkloof, and Rechiditswe Mlenga from Prestige College. Well, there's one or two of the casualties which will happen during the day. Some of the children are overcome by their exuberance, and you can't blame them either.
Die drie manne om voor te kyk in hierdie wedloop is Ruben Els van Affies, Tando Glodlo van Monument en dan ook Rechiditswe Mlenga van Prestige College. Hierdie is drie besonderse atlete. Ons kyk wat gebeur.
So you heard it there from Chris as he set the scene for you, Mlenga and then Glodlo. Oh, it looked like there may have been a false start by the man in lane 4. Werner Skumano got away very quickly, but who's going to come through here in the middle of the park? It looks like it's lane 5. It's Lodlo, and he was pushed all the way by Mlenga. Look at the time there, 10.31. That looks like it's a brand new mark, and we thought that this would happen. Chris, dit was uitstekend.
10.31 op onder 19 vlak is wêreldwyd wêreldklas tye. Ons kan baie bevoorreg wees om dit te beleef, en selfs tweede en derde plek behoort hierso bitter vinnige tye te gehardloop het. So ons sê baie geluk daar in Tando Lodlo. Dis 10.31 is 'n besonderse tyd en 'n nuwe goud rekord.
Tanda Dlodlo, who provides one of the early highlights here over the 100 meters, 10.31, and absolutely smashes the previous mark of 10.49. Chris, mens moet sê, uitstekend uit die blok uit. Ek het gedink dat die man in die 4de baan, Werner Skuman, effens vroeg weggekom het, maar hulle het hom laat gaan, en selfs dit het nie 'n verskil gemaak nie, en inteendeel dit kon selfs vir Tando Dlodlo gehelp het.
Dit het intendeel hom so 'n bietjie gehelp dat hy ook 'n vinniger wegspring gehad het daar.
Well, the next lineup then, it is the girls under 1700 meters. And here the lineup is Minnie, Van Dijker in 2, Van Greenen in 3, Nordea in 4, Van der Merwe 5, 6, Jansen van Rensburg, Rood in 7, and Brits in 8. Under starters orders and away very equally yet again. Been very impressed with the start so far. It looks like it's Potchefstroom's Nordea in the middle there. And lane 5 now coming through. Nicola van der Merwe. Oh, and she's coming back, roaring back at her. It was Elmarie Nordea and Nicola van der Merwe who certainly tied one on. Look at this. It was a close finish. That is what you call a photo finish.
12,11 sekondes vir onder 17 dogters is selfs blitsige tye. Dit is sover 'n ongelooflike dag wat ons hier beleef.
12.11, the record 12.02, and in the blink of an eye that could have gone as well, so who knows, but I would hate to have called that between Nordea and Van der Merwe. It was a tie there, I would say would be the fairest result at all, and now we move on to the girls under 17s. This, of course, is the gold race, and the lineup here: Fascius low in 2, Smith in 3, Van Black 4, Maria in 5, Zay, that's Rose Zay from Prestige in 6, Chloe Skuman in 7, and closest to our camera on the start line here from Affis Macy's, Marzaan Loots.
Die atleet om dop te hou in hierdie wedloop is definitief Rose Zay van Prestige College. Sy was ook laas jaar by die wêreldjeugkampioenskappe in Kenia gewees, en sy is definitief 'n talent om voor te kyk in die toekoms ook.
We quickly show you that some of the field events on the infield here at the beautiful Pilditch Stadium also on the go. So that lineup again: Fascius, Low, Smith, Van Black, Marais, Zay, the favourite, Skuman, and Loots. Zay in lane 6 with the green and the red. Oh, and a false start there. It looked like it was Karika Smith, perhaps, who's got the red flag, and very clearly it was too. Lane 4 it was then in the end, so Zoe van Black it was, I think.
Yes, ek dink is daar Zoe van Black van help mekaar wat moontlik uit is. Die mense moet verstaan, as jy voor die tyd wegspring, die puntesisteem werk op vir 'n wen kry 8 punte en dan 7, 6, 5, 4 tot by 1, en as daar nie 'n atleet in die wedloop nie, is dit 'n 0, so dit kan moontlik 'n groot swaai vir jou skool wees.
Natuurlik ja, so help mekaar daar Zoe van Black wat effens te vroeg uit die blokke weggespring het, en onmiddellik drama vir help mekaar College, want kom ons argumenteer dat hulle iewers in die middel sou klaar gemaak het, dan sit sommer 4 punte net so weg, maar dit kon net sowel 8 ook gewees het daarby saam. Again, all eyes here on Rose from Prestige College in lane 6. On her inside, it's Lahan Marais from Kempton Park who settles down as well. Second time of calling. This time they're off and going very sweetly as well. Rose eventually comes up, kept the head very low for very long, and she's striding out to a comfortable win here. No problems at all. Let's look at the time. 11.87. So there is another brand new record for you. 11.87. And you heard my co-commentator Chris Conradi say to you that this young lady is talented way beyond what is decent. Chris, daar is jy toe heeltemal reg.
Hierdie is definitief 'n talent om Dat ek kyk vir die toekoms. 11,87 op onder 17 vlak vir dogters is blitsig. Sy kan definitief kompeteer teen ons senior vroue. So nee, dit is 'n baie besonderse tyd daai.
Still under 17 she is, so young Rose Zay from Prestige College. And she wins the title in 11.87 seconds. And as Chris quite rightly says, some of the senior ladies would have sat up and said, uh-oh, trouble coming. Now the under 17 boys, we're back to the silver standard. The lineup here, Vandrey Kutser in lane 1, Tillen Kotze, Zolan Maziboko in lane 3, Simpiwe Makwanazi in 4, Ulrich Wiese in 5, Diego Swartz in 6, Anthony Illers in 7, and Rikus Janse van Rensburg in the colours of Klerksdorp in lane 8 on the outside, as you look at this picture on the far left. So the schools line up like this, Noordvaal, E.G. Jansen, Nelspruit, Potchefstroom, Transvalia, Randburg, Rustenburg en Klerksdorp. That's the lineup.
Lekker om al die platlandse skole ook te sien om 'n bietjie in die stad teen die groot stadskole te kompeteer. En mens moet nie hierdie platlandse skole ligtelik opneem nie. Dis 'n paar atlete wat besonderse talent wys.
Ja, wel dis waar mense so gereeld van die regtig groot name kry wat uiteindelik by die universiteite opeindig. En hier kan jy beslis uitkyk vir een of twee van hulle ook daarby saam. So the lineup again, Kotze, Mazibuko, Makwanazi, Wiese, Swartz, Ehlers and Janse van Rensburg closest to camera now. They get away and there was a little hesitation from the man in lane 5, Ulrich Wiese, and it's at Wiese and on his outside, Diego Swartz. Let's look on the far side there. Lane 2 it is eventually, Tillen Kotze, very tall young man, and Kotze coming through with a very comfortable win in the end too. Kotze was away quickly, and it looks like second spot would have gone to Rikus Janse van Rensburg, but Tillen Kotze clocking 10.78 seconds there, and again, not exactly a lifetime away from the record, 10.68. Only 100th of a second away.
10.78 is dan 'n baie besonderse tyd. Ons sal sien wat die manne hier so in die goud wedloop. Hulle gaan moet baie vinnig hardloop om hierdie tyd te wen.
So the lineup here in the gold race for the boys under 17. Tinus Breed in lane 1, Lou Prinsloo, Ruben Bernard, Edwin van Wyk, Sifiso Mia, Bevan Jonk, Wouter Leroux and Wouter Lou on the outside. Any of these young men that you've cast your eye on before, Chris?
Ek dink op hierdie staan moet ons dalk die mannetjie van Garsfontein en dalk Prestige College dophou.
So that would be Edwin van Wyk and Sifiso Mia in lanes 4 and 5 as they line up the schools. Kempton Park, Affiseens Monument, Garsfontein, Prestige College, Swartkop and Waterkloof, and help mekaar closest to camera on the right hand side of your screen as you're looking at the start picture now. Under starters orders again. Breed, Prinsloo, Barnard, Van Wyk, Mia, Jonk, Leroux, Lou. And again, very equal starting, but right in the middle there, it looks like it's the big young man, Sifiso Mia, and on his outside, lane 2, lane 3 perhaps, but it is Mia who goes away very comfortably. Lane 3, Ruben Barnard comes through to take the second place, but Sifiso Mia, my word, 10.72, and wow, even closer than the previous race to the old mark, but it survives, and that mark again for you, 10.68, so very, very close again. Well, the marks have been scared today.
Dis 'n ongelooflike tye wat ons hier sien. Vir enige skoolkind tot matriekvlak as jy onder 11 sekondes kan hardloop, dan is jy definitief talentvol. En hier is ons nou reeds van die onder 19 albei wedloper, die onder 17 wedloper het ons onder 11 sekondes gehad. So dis definitief bitter goeie atletiek wat ons vandag hier sou sien.
So the first race won in 10.78 seconds and the second one in 10.72. So not much to choose. You could have ended up in the silver or the gold and got yourself a really very good time. And these lads are only under 17. Keep that in mind. So we move on to the girls under 16. The races come thick and fast here at the 2018 edition of the Inter-High Noordvaal Gold+Silver Athletics Series. Up next, it is the silver lineup. Inaldi Ace, Miandi van Staden, Minette Erasmus, Leni van Heerden, Zandri Foster, Kyla Labeskagni, Kylan Martin and Kylan Smith. Schools here, Rustenburg, Potchefstroom, Gim, Klerksdorp, Randburg, Transvalia, Nelspruit, Noordvaal and E.G. Jansen.
Atleet om dop te hou in hierdie wedloop is Miandi van Staden van Potchefstroom Gymnasium. Ek dink sy is ook 'n talentvolle jong dame, so kom ons kyk wat in hierdie wedloop gebeur.
So, the record here, 11.80. We've seen that Pilditch under these conditions so far. Cloudy, cloud cover, but not cold at all. It's in fact just about ideal sprinting conditions. Of course, we are on the Highveld, and that makes it even better. The sprinting is even faster, and the Inter-High Noordvaal is brought to you by Twizzler, NWU, the Northwest University, and Ramble School Camera, Laptop and Travel. If you perhaps just joined us, going since about 7 o'clock this morning, our telecast started just a little while ago, and our live streaming coming your way, courtesy of School Sports. In the lineup, and straight away, it is in lane 4. It looks like it is young Leni van Heerden, and on lane 2 now, Miandi van Staden and van Heerden, the two vans, but it is no van jock as van Staden comes through to win that one in 12.35, and again, Chris, mens moet net aanhoudend sê, elke keer as dit nie 'n nuwe rekord is nie, is dit bitter naby.
Nee, ons het definitief goeie atletiek wat ons hier vandag beleef. Enige mense wat, as jy nie wil livestream en jy het voor lewendig kom kyk, sal ek jou aanraam, te kom draai by Pilditch. Jy gaan definitief 'n ongelooflike dag van atletiek beleef.
Beslis. Nee, daar is geen twyfel daaromtrent nie, want ek dink op die ou einde gee dit jou 'n wonderlike idee van die massiewe talent op skoolvlak hier in Suid-Afrika en Suidelike Afrika. And here's the gold race now, chasing that time of 12.35 set up by the young ladies in the silver race. Their record here, 11.80. Tumisho Matli, Megan Starbuck, Christel Grobler, Charlize Eilert, Lisa Honeyball in lane 5, Mariska Jonker in 6, Michaela Libbe and Jacqueline Grylem in the blue and white strip in the colours of Waterkloof, closest to camera here.
Die atleet om dop te hou in hierdie wedloop is Mariska Jonker van Swartkop. Sy word ook dan afgerig deur Wimpie Nel, een van ons top afrigters in Suid-Afrika. En hierdie jong dame het ongelooflike baie talent. So kom ons kyk wat gebeur in hierdie wedloop.
Jonker, to identify for you, just getting into her blocks there now. She's wearing the dark blue and the red strip with the 3 white stripes on the right-hand side of the uniform. Let's have a look now under starters orders. Lane 6, you heard my co-commentator say, but it wasn't a very good start from Jonker, but now she's coming into her own. But look at this in lane number 4. Comfortable winning by Charlize Eilert. She's coming through, and in lane 2, Starbuck. It was a very disappointing start from young Mariska Jonker. She got caught in the blocks there, Chris.
Ongelukkig vir haar, maar dit is 'n ongelooflike wedloop van Megan Starbuck daar. 12,18 sekondes vir onder 16 dames is heel blitsig.
Yeah, not again, no. Keep saying it, but not too far away at all from the 11.80 record. And in the end, it was a very good run from Charlize Eilert, chased down hard by Megan Starbuck and the favourite young Mariska Jonker. Not the greatest start. In fact, it reminded one of Usain Bolt. Got caught in the blocks just a little and she fought her way back. But there was no way that she was going to make up all of that disadvantage in the end.
Maar is so goed om die jong atlete van dag 1 af te leer om te wag vir die geweer. Jy weet, dit is een van daai goed as jy Usain Bolt ook vra, hy soos jy sê dit. Jy kan dit nie help nie, dit gebeur nou maar net.
Ja.
Voor die tyd wegspring is die een van die hartseer goed, maar dit is deel van die opwinding van die sport.
Presies. En soos mens deesdae weet, hierdie is nie tennis nie. Jy kry nie 2 afslaande nie, jy kry net 1.
Ja, daar's geen mulligans soos wat in golf sou sê.
Beslis. So the boys under 16 now. We move back to the silver schools category. Nardus Swart, Caleb Pretorius, Devent Miller in lane 3, Brandon Lennox in 4, Laurens Potgieter, Janku van der Merwe is in 6, Keegan Balfour gets into the blocks as we look at them in lane 7, and Abram Maseo from Transvalia is in lane 8.
Ons kyk dan nou naby kan 3 atlete aan daai rekord van 10,89 sekondes kom.
10.89 the mark. Let's have a look as they get down under starters orders. Oh, there's a break there. Oh my word, that is just terrible, and the young man will be dreadfully disappointed.
Daar die man van Potchefstroom hierdie tweede skoot gehoor nie, ongelukkig vir hom. Die wedloop gaan oorgehardloop moet word, so hopelik gaan hulle die man nou so 'n paar minuut of 2 gee net om sy bene weer terug te kry.
So young Nardus Swart it was, who did all the hard work all by himself. and unfortunately did not hear the second gun for the false start. It looked like, was that Lawrence Potgieter who was thrown out, or was that Janko van der Merwe?
Ek dink is Janko van der
Janko
Merwe.
van der Merwe, yeah,
van
lane
Rustenburg.
6. So Rustenburg's Janko van der Merwe is the man who unfortunately is ejected from the race after that false start. So van der Merwe is scratched out of the lineup. But unfortunately, Narde Swart is the young man who is walking back quietly. Luckily, these young men full of testosterone, it's not like that is going to hurt too much.
Nee, ons hoop die man se bene is nog reg. Gewoonlik as jy meeste afrigters is te bang daarvoor, maar teoreties as jy so jy hoef nie opwarm moet jy een harde deurloop of so doen, so hopelik is die man se engineers goed gestart.
Is dit sy deurloop? Nee, presies. Dis 'n baie goeie punt, and I think that often I see our friends from the media who say it's so tough to do 3 or 4 events in a day, or whatever the case may be, but often these youngsters will comfortably do 10 or 15 of these sorts of runs in one session. So you must understand that they've also would have rested up for this. So the body is raring to go, the engine is ready.
En gewoonlik hardloop hulle vir die laaste paar weke elke week miskien 100, 200 en dalk 'n aflos op die einde. So hulle lywe is gewoond om
Presies.
soms keer te hardloop op 'n dag.
So the lineup now, Narde Swart, Pretorius, Miller, Lennox, Potgieter, van der Merwe is not there in lane 6 after that false start. Balfour and Albram Maceo in lane 8. Glaring lane 6, but there it is. It's a good start by Keegan Balfour, and then right in the middle in lane 4, it looks like it's Brandon Lennox coming through. A very comfortable win for him, chased hard by the man on his outside, and that's good running from the young man here in lane 4, chased hard by lane 5's Lawrence Potgieter, but Brandon Lennox from Noordvaal with a comfortable victory in school sports, the Inter-High Noordvaal Gold and Silver. 11.45 the time there, and quite a long way away from the record, 10.89, but close enough to make it a very interesting race indeed.
Die atleet om dan dop te hou in die volgende wedloop by die seuns onder 1600 meter is Bjorn van Wyk van Afrikaans Hoërseunskool, of beter bekend as Affies. Hierdie is 'n ongelooflike talentvolle atleet. So kom ons kyk of hy die wedloop gaan wen of een van sy teenstanders is wat hom gaan verras vandag.
So the lineup in this one from Swartkop, Keanu Kutsie, Waterkloofs, Hardes Koetser, help mekaar, Reghard Fourie in lane 3, Julius Makubela in 4 from Prestige, Monuments, Olebogong Klapi, Bjorn van Wyk 6 in the colours of Afficience. You heard my co-commentator Chris Conradi say that is the man who's wearing the favourite tag in this lineup. Garsfontein's Jaco Venter, and closest to camera here in lane 8, Damien Olivier from Kempton Park. Boys under 16, 100 meters, item number 39 this morning in the Inter-High.
Bjorn het al in sy lewe onder 11 sekondes gehardloop as onder 15 seuns. So kom ons kyk wat hy nou as onder 16 hierdie jaar doen.
Record is 10.89, and there's a false start there, and this time it looks like it's Olebogong Klapi. Oh, he'll be heartbroken as well with that. Yeah, the head is hanging. He is really disappointed with that. So Monuments, Olebogong Klapi would have started in lane 5, but just got away too quickly. Second gun goes, and that calls them back. Ja, as mens so daaroor dink, Chris, dis die een kans wat jy het in hierdie ouderdomsgroep, in hierdie afdeling, en dan is dit verlore.
Dis die moeilike deel van hierdie sport, maar dit is tog so opwindend, en dit is mens moet maar net leer om te wag vir daai skoot en die senuwees bymekaar kry voordat jy in die blokke sak. Maar kom ons kyk wat gebeur dan in hierdie wedloop.
Ja, unfortunately, one strike and you're out. Kutsie, Koetser, Fourie, Makubela, Klapi has gone. Van Wyk in 6, Venter in 7, and Olivier in 8. So looking for Bjorn van Wyk in the colours of Affies. Reminiscent of the Tikkies colours, of course. Jaco Venter on his outside, and he's running without someone on his inside, and that may not help either. This time it's all away and square, and it is Bjorn van Wyk who's away. Look for the men on his inside to come through, but Van Wyk is in a class of his own here. He's going really quickly. It is 10.93. My word, the record survives, but only barely. 10.93 that Van Wyk clocks. And the record there, 10.89. So very, very close indeed. Die man van Help Mekaar sê, wel gedaan my ouma, dis reg hard vir u wat hom geluk wens. Maar 'n wonderlike wedloop van Wyk.
Dit is ongelooflike tyd. 10,93 sekondes as onder 16 seun is besonder. Dis definitief een van ons groot talente wat ons kan dophou vir die toekoms.
Write that name down. Bjorn van Wyk. You'll hear more of it as it goes along.
Dis 'n lekker atmosfeer wat ons hier by atletiek het. Al die skole met hulle ondersteuners hier, is definitief een van die hoogtepunte van 'n skoolkind se jaar. En ek dink meeste onderwysers is ook te bly dat hulle nie vandag in die skool moet sit nie en klas gee nie en net vandag hier bietjie by atletiek kan wees.
Hoekom dan nou nie? Hoekom dan nou nie? Hier is een of twee kanse vir die dirigente om te kom dag sê. Ek sien hier reg onder ons. Ja, ek wou nou net van hulle praat. Ek sien NASA het so een of twee van hulle ruimtevaders gestuur om met ons te kom gesels en hulle is daar onder. Ek sien hulle het selfs die maan saamgebring wat nogal lekker is. In the meantime, the girls under 15s 100 meters, we're back to the silver standard. They'll be doing the lineup as well. Carmen Verscheer, sy's in baan 1. Alyssa Botha, she's in 2. Rode Nul. Dane Kotze, Leandri Kotze is next to her in lane 5. Lala Mlangeni from Transvalia. Tianay Lotter and Alyssa Prinsloo from Rustenburg is in lane number 8.
Dan sien ons daar op die skerm is die Hoërskool Noordvaal se ondersteuners wat heel te kere gaan daar in groot opwinding hier vandag.
Verste kant van die Pilditch stadion. En jy nou as mens daarom terugdink aan wat hierdie Pilditch stadion ook in sy tyd gesien het met wonderlike atletiek van die laat 70s, vroeë 80s. Weer eens Forsie, Botha, Nel, Kotze, Mlangeni, Lotte, Prinsloo en baie goed weg. Maar kyk hier na die jong dame in die 6de baan. Dis Lala Mlangeni en dan kom sy terug hier in die 3de baan. Dit lyk na Rode Nel en aan die binnekant Carmen Forsie. So Carmen Forsie from Potch Gym coming through. That's a young lady from your part of the world, Chris. She's obviously a very bright talent as well. 12.44 seconds.
Potchgym se nalopers wat dan altyd goed hardloop en ons sien dit hierso weer met Carmen Forsie wat die wedloop wen en haar afrigter Werner sal baie trots op haar wees.
Kick to victory very late in the race. It looked like it was a good start from Lala Mlangeni and Rode Nul from Nelspruit, but in the end it was Carmen Forsie that came through for the win. Finished like a rocket in the last 40 meters to take the win in 12.44 seconds. So more of the young men and women who are tasked with getting their teams rocking and rolling. And you've heard the team from varsity rugby that rocks. Well, this is athletics that rocks today. Affies se meisies wat breed glimlag en hulle self geniet.
Ek dink baie keer so 'n introhoor vergeet party van die dirigente dat die dag gaan eintlik nie oor hulle nie, maar dis deel wat dit eintlik so lekker maak hierdie skoolatletiek en die atmosfeer is ongelooflik vandag weer hierso.
Moenie so praat nie, ek was een van hulle. Maar dis baie jare terug. Help Mekaar's young man is busy in the high jump pit. Just didn't quite get himself enough height there. Dis die dirigente van Kempton Park. Now the girls under 15, the lineup here: Logan Jordan, Nosipo Malinga, Kayla Burger, Joanne Gerber, Caitlin Davies, Brigitte Koch, Shante Botha and Charmony Hubert. The schools as they line up: Monument, Prestige, Swartkop, Affies meisies, Kempton Park, Waterkloof, Help Mekaar en Garsfontein. So the final for the girls under 15, 100 meters, closest to camera here, the back of young Charmony Hubert. Meisies wat jy miskien hier 'n oogie op kan hou.
Ek dink in hierdie wedloop gaan ons moet ons maar uitkyk wat gebeur. Ek dink dit gaan definitief baie naby wedloop wees.
So the record here 12.12 seconds. And the atmosphere, you can hear the music is pumping. The kids absolutely love this. And it is wonderful to see. So the lineup, very big jump there from the young lady in the colors of Affies.
Ja, ek dink ons kan definitief hierso die jong dame van Prilditch College en dan ook die dame van meisies hoër ook dophou.
So keep your eye on lane 2 then, Nosipo Malinga and Joanne Gerber. You saw how explosive she was when she did that jump as she warmed up. Here we go then, and away they are. It was indeed Nosipo Malinga. Look at this start. She's streaking away from the rest of them, and it looks like it's going to be a very comfortable victory for her. And in lane 4, I think it was Joanne Gerber who came through to take the runners-up spot. Here we go. Take a look at it again. That foreshortens it a bit, but it was indeed called correctly by my commentator, Chris Conradi, who said keep an eye on Prestige's Nosipo Malinga, 12.23 seconds, and just 100th of a second away from the record there too. Chris, weer eens fantasties gedoen.
Ja, is 'n ongelooflike tyd hier van die jong dames. As jy enigiets onder 12,5 kan hardloop onder 15 ouderdom vir 'n meisie is dit kan jy definitief vir SA as die Suid-Afrikaanse junior kampioenskappe gaan goed doen. Dan moet ek sê Prilditch College definitief oor die laaste paar jaar is dit die skool wat ongelooflike spronge geneem het en Manus Hendriks wat daar hoof staan van die atletiek en vir hom krediet gee. Hy doen ongelooflike werk met die kinders en om te sien hoeveel talent uit daai skool uitkom. Kan ons definitief Prilditch College dophou vir die toekoms om te sien wat se Suid-Afrikaanse senior atlete gaan ook daar vir ons uitkom.
So the next race up then is the silver for the boys under 15 100 meters. In the meantime, oh, look at this. Well, this is an interesting one. I wonder what they have under there. I could tell you now that it's not going to say sharks. Doing a really good job of making their entrances. Oh, there's the rest of the crew. Look at this. They're going to be participating, I believe. So there's some of the youngsters drumming up support from their teams and their schools. Dis die helpies se dirigente. Hier kom hulle nou deur.
Dis dan hoërskool help mekaar, die privaat skool daar in Johannesburg waar dan die dirigente hier inkom en hulle lyk heel goed, die ondersteuners en hulle pers hempies met die wit hoedjies. So kom ons kyk hoe hulle vandag ons kyk of hulle dalk die Geesbeker vandag kan wen.
Of course there is big competition up for that as well. So that was what was under those capes. It's going to take a while to wash off, but who cares? Mom can sort that out.
En as jy gedink het is die Sharks girls, dan het jy dalk 'n skok van die lewe nou gekry.
The under 15 boys are underway on the other side of the track as well. So it looks like the lineup here for the boys under 15 100 meters. I think they've lost young Enrico Herman. I think he is in lane 6, who false started. So the lineup here: Terence de Blans, Emil Geyser, Adam Herbst, Heinrich Verheem, Vian Oosthuizen. I think it is Herman who's been evicted out of the race. Eben Stoop and Emil Geyser. Yeah, it is indeed young Enrico Herman. Chris, favorite here?
En hierdie wedloop dink ek nie ons het 'n favourite nie, maar kom ons kyk wat se atleet kan sy skool hierso trots maak.
So the silver under 15 boys looking for a time of 10.92. It's right in the middle of your screen. It looks like it's lane 5, Vian Oosthuizen, and on the inside lane 2, Emil Geyser. It's a tight one. Geyser eventually gets the win, and a time there of 11.35 seconds. Remarkable that in these days a young man of under 15 has been able to run 10.92 for the record here. We'll see if that gets scared in the gold race, but the silver race won in 11.35 seconds. Young Herbst and Emil Geyser was chased all the way by Herbst, and also Terence de Blans had a very good one in lane 1, but the young lad from Rustenburg coming through.
Yes, die meeste van die atlete het al reeds hulle streeks interhore gehad en hierdie is eintlik meeste skole se tweede interhoor, so ek weet Potchefstroom, En Rustenburg en Klerksdorp het 'n week terug het hulle deelgeneem aan die Noordwes Inter-High wat ook deur skoolsport aangebied was. So dis ongelooflik om te sien. En dan die Pretoria skole het ook laas Vrydag hulle Inter-High gehad en as ek dit reg het Menlo Park die algehele kompetisie gewen en dan meisies hoër die dogterskompetisie en affieseuns het die seunskompetisie gewen. So dit is al meeste van die skole se tweede Inter-High in 'n week se tyd. So dit is heel hard op die skoolkinders se lywe, maar dit is waar ons talent ontwikkel word.
Monas come out with their cheerleaders. So all the cheerleaders have made their way out to their various schools and they're standing in front of them. It looks like most of the schools have arrived as well at the same time now. Monas making a grand entrance. So next it's the boys under 15 100 meters gold. And Letapo Pamla, Jaden Flew in lane 2, Renan van Aswegen 3, Luke Brandt 4, Ruan Hartzenberg, Lainey Joseph, Diego Cupido in 7, and Sean Depree from Swartkop in lane 8. The schools as they line up from lane 1 through to 8, Prestige, Kempton Park, Garsfontein, Affies, Waterkloof, Monas, Helpmekaar, and Swartkop. In the lineup and down in the blocks. Pamla, Flo, Van Aswegen, Brandt, Hartzenberg, Joseph, Cupido, and Depree. Good start by the man on the inside lane, and then in the middle there, it looks like it's Lainey Joseph, and Joseph is being chased by the young man in the colours of Affies, but he's not going to get there. Lainey it is, 11.31 seconds for young Lainey. Joseph Lainey was in control of that one all the way. I can tell you that it looked like Luke Brandt had a very quick finish, but it was too little too late in the end.
Monas se nalopers wat nou weer eens hier so bewys waar hoekom hulle oor die jare so goeie skool by die Inter-High was en hulle is altyd strawwe kompetisie hierso.
Lainey with a very comfortable win in the end. I think that Monas showing you that when their cheerleaders came out, that certainly inspired young Joseph Lainey. So looks to me as if the Monas sprinters are coming through and they are racking in the points for their team at this stage. Remember that first place is worth 8 points all the way back through down to 1, and you can tell that they are desperate to win this one. We'll update you on those points as we go along. Now it's the final girls under 14s, and the first race will be the silver race. Kayla Legrandsie, Tanelda Kutsie, Anri Nodee, Kirsten Fourie, Nadia Vosloo, Larissa Kombrink, Laura Creer en Carla Roux in die 8ste baan. The schools hier in Randburg, Transvaalia, Noordheuwel, Rustenburg, E.G. Jansen, Nelspruit, Potch en Klerksdorp. Hoe sien jy die in, Chris?
Ek het geen gunsteling in die wedloop nie, so kom ons kyk wat gebeur.
They down in the blocks now, ready to go in the under 14s. And away they go. A very solid start again. I'm really impressed with how solidly and easily they start. But Kayla Legrandsie in lane 1. It's like she's running a time trial here. And the colours of Randburg. And looking at the time, 12.38 seconds. My word, she was chasing that record. The record stands at 12.24. So 12.38, so close to a really good performance there. Not that that wasn't, but she was chasing that record and in a race by herself. As she was pushed just a little, who knows, Chris?
There's 'n baie goeie wedloop daarvan die jong dame, en kom ons kyk nou na die dogters onder 14 goud wedloop, en ek dink moontlik hier kan ons kyk na die jong dame van meisies hoër, Milan Bischoff.
So Milan Bischoff is in lane 4, but the rest of the lineup, Kayla Fisher in 1, Daniel Campbell 2, Zoe Kutzer in 3, Bischoff starts as the favorite in 4, Julie Kamte-Hiermo from Monument is in 5, Esther Venter in the colours of Garsfontein is in lane 6, then Akona Ngongo from Prestige College in 7, and Waterkloof's Cassidy Lacey is in lane 8. Back to a quick look at some of the events that unfortunately we're not keeping an eye on, because technically that is a little difficult without having numbers and the rest of it. But these cheerleaders are having such a good time, and why not?
Die jong dames van meisies hoër se dirigente wat hier nou op die baan gekom het.
Lovely to see, because this is what school sport really is all about. So if you've just perhaps joined us on our Facebook page, I'm Arnold Getz, together with my co-commentator Chris Conradi. We're bringing you live from Pilditch Stadium in the capital city, Pretoria. The Inter-High Noordvaal Gold+Silver Athletic Series brought to you by Ramble, Northwest University and Twiza. So they're now down in the blocks. Fisher, Campbell, Kutzer, Boshoff, Kamte, Humo, Venter and Ngongo and Lacey closest to camera in the light blue and white. Solid start again and looking for anyone to come out of this pack, but this is a very close race indeed. Look for lane number 3, Zoe Kutzer to come through. Closest to camera though, it's Cassidy Lacey from Waterkloof. She's in a race of her own too in the end. Last 50 meters she just blazed to a really good finish, 12.86 seconds, and well, she caught them all napping in the last 40 or 50 meters because it looked like a very good start from Danielle Campbell and Zoe Kutzer, as well as Milan Bischoff rather, but Cassidy Lacey it was to come through for the win.
Ongelooflike wedloop daar van die jong dame en 100 meter is 'n interessante item. Dus alhoewel dit so kort is, gebeur daar so baie in die paar sekondes wat jy hardloop en 'n vinnige wegspring gaan nie beteken jy gaan die wedloop vat op die einde nie.
That is so very, very true, and it's all about maintaining. And even though the coaches will tell you that in the last 30 meters or so, the athletes are actually losing their speed and probably run between 50 to 70 as their fastest 10-meter sectors in the 100. This certainly didn't look like it that time, that's for sure.
As mens kyk ook na Usain Bolt, hy het aanhou versnel tot op 70 meters en hy het letterlik net 30 meter gehad om sy spoed te bou en met sy lang tree en gemaklike hardloopstyl kon hy daai laaste 30 meter, soos hy sê, as hy op 60 meter langs jou is, het hy nie getwyfel of hy die wen gaan vat nie.
And young Cassidy Lacey looked like she was doing the same thing there. I don't think there was much slowdown there. She finished with the afterburners and the turbo on. So in the meantime, the field events also still on the go. See, we've got a very serious competition on the far side as far as the javelin is concerned. The long jump has also been very sternly contested, but in the meantime, it's the final for the boys under 14. It's the silver lineup. Here it is: Charles Kutsev-Wilkins, Bernard du Plessis, Mackenzie de Jager, Corneille Venter, Marco Capazorio, Zayn van Staden, Armand Viljoen and Pamelo Molale. And he's in the colors of Potch Gymnasium. They're in the blocks, ready to go now. Randburg, Noordvaal, Rustenburg and Ege Jansen, they're away and very solidly again. Look for the young man closest to our main stadium here, Potch Gymnasium's Molelo Pamelo, and coming through there, Pamelo it is, yeah, Molale coming through for a very comfortable victory. It looked like it was Zayn van Staden in lane 6 who took the runners-up spot, but Molale clocks 11.55 seconds. And Potch Gymnasium, nog 'n goeie een vir julle manne daar van Potch se kant af.
Nee, die talent lyk my kom mooi neer nou daar in Potchefstroom. En die goeie werk wat daar gedoen word op skoolvlak is ongelooflik en selfs van laerskoolvlak af het die atlete toegang tot goeie afrigters en dis wat die verskil maak.
So my co-commentator Chris Conradi, these days one of the coaches together with that living legend in South African athletics, Jean Verster from Northwest University, and they see a lot of that talent coming through there now. So here we go then, the final for the boys under 14, 100 meters. This is the gold race.
Die atleet om dop te hou hierso is Mark Snell van Afrikaanse Oorseeskool. Hy is definitief een van die talentvolle atlete in hierdie wedloop. En kom ons kyk of een van die ander seuns hom gaan vang vandag.
The lineup: JD Olivier in 1, Lerato Machile, Darren Nodier on his outside, Herman Viljoen in 4, Shelton Ferreira in 5, Mark Snell, the favorite, as you heard from my co-commentator Chris Conradi, in lane 6 in the colors of Affis. That's the white vest and the dark green and blue and red and yellow stripe rather. And then Austin Peterson on his outside in 7, Marie Botha from Helpmekaar in lane 8. They've got the white flag ready to go. They'll be under starters' orders. One or two little starts there, perhaps from Darren Nodier as he looks whether those blocks are set up right for him. So, the lineup again: Olivier, Magila, Nodier, Viljoen, Ferreira, Nel, Peterson and Botha. You heard from Chris, feels that Mark Snell in lane 6 is the favorite. They're under starters orders, ready to go. Very good start it was from Marks. He got away very cleanly indeed. He's now starting to dominate on the inside. JD Olivier, and coming back at them is Magila. It looks like Magila's going to get there. Oh my word. What a wonderful finish from young Lerato Magila in the colors of Prestige. And in the end, Marks Nell, who started so well, couldn't maintain 11.69. And a very good one it was from Lerato Magila. And you've got to say, Prestige also showing some really good talent early on.
Ja, definitief. Op hierdie stadium met Potchefstroom Gymnasium met die nalope verskriklik goed gedoen en dan Prestige College. Hy het net so 'n paar goeie atlete tye vir ons vandag hier al gehardloop. So dis definitief 'n opwindende dag wat nog voor lê in die 200 en 400 en dan altyd die middelafstande wat definitief 'n hoogtepunt van enige byeenkoms is. As jy John Verster sê altyd as 'n wedloop nie 'n pacemaker of 'n wedloop aangeer het nie, dan is dit nie 'n ordentlike item nie. So sien wat gebeur later met die middelafstande.
Lerato Magila winning the last of the 100 meters then for today, and that time 11.69 as compared to the existing standard 11.28 seconds, and looking very solid he was in the last 40. That was incredible acceleration from the young man in the colors of Prestige College. Well, now it's the 800 meter races coming up next. We'll start off with the under 14s, and from here on, for a commentator who doesn't know all of these young runners, this is where it starts getting a bit interesting.
Dis veral vandag ongelooflik sien met die goud en silwer kompetisies wat aan die gang is, die hoeveelheid talent wat hier vandag is, en die hoeveelheid atlete. Dis opwindend om te sien, weet van hier en daar van 'n paar goeie atlete, maar hier is elke keer in elke wedloop 'n nuwe atleet wat mens verbaas. Mens moet nooit jou geld op een sit nie, want hierdie veral by 114-15 vlak ontwikkel die atlete so vinnig dat in Januarie kon jy die vinnigste gewees het en teen einde Februarie is daar iemand anderste wat gegroei het en opgevang het. So mens moet altyd gereed wees vir aksie.
Ek het nie eens geweet hulle vat wetenskappe hier nie. So it's a beautiful day in Pretoria at the Pilditch Stadium. The cheerleaders are doing their thing, and why not? We're up to item number 47. By the end of the day, believe it or not, we would have ended up with 138 items. Your last item this evening, just before 7 o'clock, is the final for the boys under 19 4x100 meter relay. And you would know that they're looking to break the record, 41.01 seconds. So if you average that out between the four young men who set that mark, averaging out at 10.15 seconds for the 100 in each one of the 100 meter legs, and that is so impressive at under 19 stage.
Die rekord dan hierso van 41.01 wat opgestel is deur Afrikaans Oorseeskool se 2012 afspan, en twee van daai atlete, Pieter Conradie as ook Constant Pretorius, is nou nog steeds besig om te hardloop, waar Constant Pretorius volgende maand of begin April gaan deelneem aan die Commonwealth Games in Australië. So is goed om te sien dat van die atlete wat hier deelgeneem het, is tans nog steeds besig om te hardloop, en dan ook kan julle môre aand is die eerste been van die nuwe atletiekreeks Athletics Grand Prix wat deur ASA en Stillwaters aangebied gaan word, en daar is ook Pieter Conradie en Constant Pretorius, as ook die res van Suid-Afrikaanse topatlete gaan deelneem, as ook 'n hele paar internasionale atlete. So dit is, as jy tyd het môre aand, moet jy kyk of jy nie by Rymsig Atletiekstadion in Roodepoort kan uitkom nie, want dit gaan definitief een van die hoogtepunte van die jaar wees, is die nuwe Athletics Grand Prix reeks.
Ja, daar is beslis soveel talent op die oomblik, en mense het soveel om na uit te sien, en is asof atletiek weer so 'n halwe oplewing in Suid-Afrika beleef op hierdie stadion.
Ja, ek dink definitief, veral met Wade van die Kerk en Akani Simbine wat in die laaste paar jaar toptye gehardloop het in Suid-Afrika, wat laas jaar by die wêreldkampioenskappe algeheel derde geëindig het, is Suid-Afrikaanse atletiek definitief besig om oplewing te ervaar, en veral met die skoolsports wat nou betrokke geraak het by al die interhoors, gaan ons definitief in die volgende 2 jaar atletiek sien vooruitgaan, en is ongelooflik, want ons skoolatletiek was so sterk oor die laaste paar jaar, maar daar was van op die senior vlak het ons 'n bietjie agteruit gegaan, maar op die stadium kan Suid-Afrika as een van die top atletieklande in die wêreld gesien word.
So our live coverage continues all the way through until just before 7 o'clock this evening. And if you have a young man or a young lady running in these events and you know their start time, keep watching and we'll bring it to you live every single race of the almost 140 races that we've still got coming up. And it's important for these kids, obviously, that they do get this coverage. It would be very good for coaches as well, of course, if they take this video and they go and analyze. We've seen several of the top coaches in the country, and they're all here with their charges, wanting to make sure that they get the best possible attention. And also, how do they improve when they take a look at this video?
Het is ook lekker om vroeger vandag vir Johan Botha
Ja.
hier so te sien wat nou by Hoërskool Garsfontein die laaste paar jaar afrig, en hy was dan ook een van ons top 800 meter atlete in Suid-Afrika wat ek dink tans die derde of vierde vinnigste tyd ooit in die geskiedenis van Suid-Afrika gehardloop het oor 800 meter wat onder 1:44 gehardloop het, wat besonder is. So, ons gaan nou 'n bietjie kyk met die 800 meters hoeveel of hier van die jong mans of onder 1:50 sal inkom, en dan die jong dames as hulle hier by 2:06, 2:07 kan draai, is dit besonderse tye.
Yeah, Botha, of course, was a world indoor champion in his time, so he's got the pedigree, and he's now transferring that pedigree to his young charges at Garsfontein. Although I know he also coaches one or two other athletes at Tikkies on Thursday afternoons, when I happen to drag my sorry body around there. He's there sweating hard in the sun together with these athletes, and it's good to see there is such a great amount of talent out there. Help mekaar, giving it the full Monty.